I always get yelled at for not introducing my guest. Now, Joe, I'm very lazy, as I like to say, so I had Chat GPT write me up a.
Oh, great!
It's a fun intro.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Joe List is the king of turning crippling anxiety into comedy gold. Oof. Hailing from Boston, he's got the charm of a Red Sox fan who just spilled a beer on you. But somehow, you're not even mad. Joe's been featured on Netflix, Comedy Central, and more podcasts than he can remember because, well, his memory's a little shaky after all that self-deprecating humor.
That's what it says?
Yeah.
This is what we're worried about, taking over the world?
That is exactly what I've been doing this on a couple episodes, and I'm like, people are worried about our jobs being taken, and this...
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm not finished, though. There's a couple of biting lines here. Whether he's oversharing about his awkward childhood or his adult neuroses, Joe's here to prove that laughter is the best coping mechanism aside from therapy, which he's probably late for. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Joe List to the program.
Thank you. That I resent because I'm compulsively early. In fact, it may have seemed like I was late because I got here at 2:55, but I was just walking around the neighborhood for like 20 minutes, so I didn't seem like a psycho.
No, it's funny, and I know that about you. And I normally wouldn't panic with a guy like you because I know that you're always on time, but I shot you a text just to make sure because I'm like, oh, I did see Joe last night, and you did say I'll see you tomorrow, but I had to just make sure. I mean, because I've had a couple guys forget to, be where they're supposed to be.
Well, and I also was in the neighborhood just getting a coffee and not offering anybody else anything.
I did the same thing hours ago.
Oh, great.
Look at that.
It even occurred to me. I was in line. I was like, I should ask them if they want anything, and then I literally was like, nah.
No, because the worst thing is that somebody goes, sure, I'd love something, and you're like, oh, fuck yourself.
No, and then you got the tray and the business, and there was an aggressive homeless man yelling, and I wanted to have my fists just in case.
Of course, you want to have your hands ready. Have you had any physical confrontations?
Oh, have I? No, not physical, but I've run. I'm a big runner. I run. I take off. Running, and I've told this story before, but I was in Austin and had two guys really screaming at me, getting in my face, and I took off running, and as I was running, there was like two hipsters in skinny jeans and fedoras just walking the opposite direction. It really humbled me, and I was like, I'm a big pussy.
Colin pointed out they're brave. Like, hipsters are fucking, they move into like neighborhoods where there's not a lot of fucking white people, and they make a go of it. Like, they're not pussies.
Right, yeah. Well, I am. And
me too.
I love to run, and people have said this to me too. They're like, don't you take MMA? And I'm like, I do MMA once a week with my buddy for like anxiety reduction. I'm not looking to fight homeless meth addicts on the subway
who are going to bite you.
Right. I'm not like, oh, no, I'll put this guy in an arm bar who hasn't, showered or spoken to a human being in 6 months.
And he bites your thigh. That's what scares me. You push one in a triangle and they fucking bite your leg or your balls. Like, it's terrifying. But I ran from a guy many years ago. I got a hooker in Queens. She was very sexy. And I walk out of her, it was like Corona, Queens, whatever. And I walk out, thank you, Mike. I walk out of her apartment. Is there a way to raise this just a little bit? A little joker keeps falling. And this drunk guy kind of squares off with me, but he was a small guy and he was so drunk he couldn't stand up. Okay. He was like falling, like, and I'm going to flatten him, and I'm not a tough guy, but I'm like, he can't stand. I could have pushed him over. I just ran up the street because I'm like, I don't know who this guy knows in the neighborhood. And there's no win to punching him.
Yeah, or they could have, a gun or a shank or just kiss you on the lips.
Yeah.
And, then you got a new boyfriend. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. You come in your pants and you leave Queens dirty. All right, we have a caller. Somebody is seeking our counsel.
Oh, I can't wait.
I hope
they just say something really mean about me and hang up.
How can they? Joe List, honestly, no one ever hears the nice shit that other people say about us. But at the cellar the other night, Esty, Liz, myself, I was quoting one of your jokes, which was so goddamn funny. I saw it at the VU. And Liz is chiming in. He's great. I laugh out. Everyone loves you. I know
thanks.
You're a negative Nelly. I am the kind of the same. But people have high praise for your comedy. You're a good comic, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Caller's unmuted.
Caller's unmuted. Welcome aboard. All right.
Let the cat get his tongue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, let's save that for a little later, for Christ. It's early. What's your name, fella?
What's up, man? It's Adam.
Hi, Adam. Welcome aboard.
Hey.
All right. Well, you're on with Jim and Joe List. We just decided to call you.
Do you want me to tell you my problem?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt with my rude question. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. I'm very happily married. My wife is overseas at the moment, and I guess dirty massages were my thing before we were married. I haven't done that since then, but now I'm trying to really fight the urge to go get it because she's going to be gone for a few weeks. So, any advice?
Well, Joe, you've been a married guy longer than me. What would you say?
Well, I mean, it depends on what kind of marriage you got, what kind of mental state you're in. I mean, if you're, that's the least worst way to cheat, right? Getting a handy anonymously. I wouldn't do that. I don't want to put it out there that I'm getting hand jobs.
Sure, at least not anonymously.
Yeah, we'll talk off air, but maybe just jerk off yourself. Yeah. I'm good at that.
Yeah, I really am. I'm a master at it, but it's more fun when someone else does it.
Of course, yeah. I don't want to give this guy bad advice, sir. Adam, you seem like a nice boy, and it's hard to quit things if you went there a lot and did it a lot before. But I'm just saying, it's better than alternatives. You're not cheating with a real person.
Yeah, it's not a connection emotionally.
Yeah, but I would try jerking off and pretending it's somebody else, or the old trick where you lay on your hand and it goes to sleep. I've never ever tried that.
I haven't either.
Do you ever hear that? I'm sure you guys heard that. You lay on your hand for a while and it goes pins and needles, and then you jerk yourself off and it feels like someone else.
No, I can't come when my arm is tingling. That's the problem. The tingle always stops me from coming. But here's the thing. I know what you mean. I'm a guy who loves sex work. I love massage. I love all that stuff. But you have to think, like, what's going to be, like, how can I get caught? Like, what if they raid the place? Or what if this woman is filming you? Like, it's not worth doing. And I'm
way better advice than mine.
No, not really. I'm paranoid. Like, I've probably been a complete creep in more recent time than you because you're married longer.
Sure.
So, I would say she's gone a few weeks. If once you allow yourself to do it, you might wind up doing it a lot. So see if you can resist the urge. And Joe said, like, just jerk off. And Dice had a joke years ago. He's like, I wanted to do something, whatever it was. He wanted to go out and get laid or something. So he goes, I jerked off all over myself and saved $40,000. So just do that. Jerk off all over yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Fantasize too. Fantasy is underrated. People are always like they're cheating or they're this or that. I'm like, just pretend you're fucking somebody else.
Yeah.
When I'm fucking my wife, I'm always pretending it's somebody else. I mean, it's just you close your eyes, you picture her cousin or whatever, and you get off. Easy.
Are you a guy who's like big on role play or stuff like that, or are you able like just kind of ABC and you're comfortable with that?
No, I need a little something. I'll be like, tell me about the first guy you fucked, stuff like that. I'm into that kind of business. Pretend I'm your uncle or whatever. Yeah, something.
Sure.
I need something. It's the sex with the same person over and over again for a long time. But I also like high heels in bed, or like she has the glasses to prevent the internet from hurting your eyeballs.
Blue blockers.
Yeah. I'm like, put those on. Give me a side. I need something. I call them mix-em-ups.
A little something.
Something
to throw off the algorithms.
Anything, exactly. Yeah, because after a while, it becomes very difficult. I do a joke in my act about. I'm like, after a while, you just everything becomes that she's not becomes more attractive. Like,
that's right.
She's thin, so I want to have sex with a fat woman or a small boy. Something like that. Just anything that's different. Like if she lost a tooth at this point, I'd be like, yes, give me something different. It
has nothing to do with the person you're with. I 100% get it. And it's very hard to stay focused and just kind of go like, all right, I'm going to have sex. I need bells and whistles. I need to hear about the other guys they fucked. Does it make you jealous? We have another caller? By the way, we'll get to the other caller. Thank you very much, Adam. Good luck to you. But that's Joe and I kind of concur. We've discussed it privately, and we both think that you should just fucking jerk off into your own belly button and call it a day.
Right on, man. Yeah, I'll try sitting on my hands for a few minutes and then jerking off. I'm in the middle of a snowstorm. I don't have shit going on.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
Put on a mitten. Why don't you do that?
Put your hand in the snow. That'll numb it up. That's easier than...
Yeah.
There you go. That's called a snowball, right?
All right, thank you, Adam. But the idea of do you get jealous when you think of her with other guys? Like is that part of the turn on?
No, the turn on. I don't know. I don't know the psychology, but no, I don't get jealous at all. That's what allows me to be in that position.
Right.
But I like the thing that's so hot to me about sex in general. This is why I like the more conservative a woman is, the hotter it is, because you're seeing this person in this position. That's why, like, I'm not a big porn guy. To me, it's like somebody that's always wearing, pants and reading glasses. The idea that, like, this person at some point fucks is hot. And so thinking about your wife or partner in that position at any point is sexy to me.
Seeing a person, like, I've been with women who are like, they're a teacher, and then you're fucking her and she wants you to spank her or pull her hair. And the turn on is, I know more about this person than someone who has worked with her for 10 years.
Right. Yeah.
It's so private.
Exactly. The people that don't give that up as much, like people that are just always talking about hooking up or whatever, or they're in their like thong or whatever, you're just like, oh, that's hot, but I like the woman that's like,
yeah,
I want to fuck Donna Reed,
or
just
Robert.
Somebody. Yeah, exactly.
But I know what you mean. But if Donna Reed is dirty, like, I want her to be a little bit dirtier than she would appear. Like, just do something like, wow, nobody would understand that this is what turns her on.
Right, exactly. Yeah, fucking a teacher is hot. I've never done it, but
they're submissive, usually submissive.
Right.
I'm on the road. New Hampshire, February 7th. Rhode Island, February 8th. I'm coming out to Seattle, March 7, 8. Tampa, March 21, 22. I'll be back in New Jersey, April 4, 5. Out in Los Angeles, May 2nd and 3rd. Washington, D.C., May 16th and 17th. Go to jimnorton.com/tour. A whole bunch of more dates. Come see me. God, am I not good at announcements. Now, back to the show. Yes. Hello. Who do we have?
You got Dick from South Jersey.
Oh, lucky us. Hi.
Not the first time.
Hi, Dick.
I got a question here that I don't think anybody can answer but Jim.
Okay.
So, short summary. I grew up in Jersey, joined the Marines when I was 17. I ended up out here in Southern California now, surrounded by all these beautiful women. My thing is, I was in a relationship from the time I was 15 to the time I was 25.
Wow.
So I was with one broad that whole time. And now I'm single, and I went on a fucking spree of just escorts and massages and every debauchery you could imagine.
Yeah.
So I between running through dozens of women and still fucking being horny as ever, jerking off 4 or 5 times a day, I got to the point now where I tried to get back with my ex, but after all that fucking, I just can't get it up for her.
Here's what it is, too.
So,
let me just jump in for 1 second. It's very hard when you're eating lima beans all the time, and then all of a sudden you run into the fucking M&M store and you can grab whatever you want, and then when someone says, that was fun, but now let's have another lima, you're like, ugh. It's very hard to go back, but you can go back. You just got to desensitize yourself a little bit, like kind of from the hookers and stuff, and realize it's a weaning off process. What do you think? I'm sure you've done stuff and then had to go back to normal.
No. Not really. See, this is hard because people.
What do you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dick.
I wanted to ask you, Jim, as someone that's been a fan for years, especially on Opie and Anthony, someone that's always been open about being sexual and deviancy. What do you think about the phenomenon of like pornography addiction and how it's affecting young guys these days, especially with like the ED that it causes and whatnot?
It's affecting men in their 50s too. We have availability that we never had. Like it's like any other addiction. Gambling, same thing, because you can do it through your phone. If you could order cake through your phone, the whole country would be fucking 350 pounds. It's the availability of it is fucking psychotic. But I don't think sex addiction is any different than it was years ago. It's just a little bit easier to fall into the fucking rabbit hole because of your phones. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this caller, you sound very, it's wonderful that you sound so, what's that word? Vulnerable.
Yes.
And so that's good. It sounds like you're admitting to yourself you have a problem there. And you're
I was going to say pathetic.
Help.
Vulnerable
yeah,
is so much nicer.
Pathetic, vulnerable, whichever. His words, not mine. But so it sounds like you're doing the right thing. I mean, what I was going to say is I've had people ask me, I'm not going to name names, but very attractive men, multiple guys that are like, how do you stay loyal? And I'm like, well, we're not coming from the same place.
Hey, I keep cheating. Hey, no names.
I I never was like a hot guy who was fucking all the time. Like I've only, I mean, I did okay for myself, but so it's harder for me to be like, how do you do it? Nobody wants to fuck me. And when people find out that I have a wife, they're like, good for you.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. They're not like, oh, like, suck me, I'll suck you off, whatever. But the porn addiction, I mean, I got to tell you, porn and gambling, I'm very grateful I never had that as a problem because I can't imagine how hard it is to deal with.
Yeah, it's very similar. Porn and food are very similar. Like you have sex and food. Like we have to do it like kind of. You have to have a healthy balance with it. You can't be abstinent like alcohol and drugs. It's a really crazy addiction.
But there is SLA, which is Sex Love Anonymous.
Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous.
Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous, and I'm sure they do wonderful things there.
And by the way, what was your name again?
Dick.
Oh, Dick. I meant you.
Dick.
For porn addiction. It says men are more likely to be addicted to porn than women, which I think we understand. It says 11% of guys, 3% of women, and men are 20% more likely to download porn. Yeah, I think it's also geared towards men. And I look, dude, just wean yourself back and realize that you went a little crazy. You ate a bunch of chocolate and sweets. It's hard to go back to a vegetable diet after that, but it's possible to do. But you just kind of have to stop indulging for a little while, and then your senses will
So
kind
you think I should just go celibate? Just go celibate and not jerk off and kind of bite my hand like Colin for a while? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't. I don't have to go extreme, but maybe just jerk off. Like, I mean, I still struggle with porn. It's really hard. My wife is in LA for a week, so I mean,
that's the thing too.
What? Oh, the
You
porn.
know, I'd have sex, I'd jerk off, go have sex, and then afterwards I'd fucking jerk off again. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I've actually passed up sex on dates just to go home and jerk off thinking about it. Like, it's this crazy. Wow. Yeah, it's pure. It's like your own drugstore. You're administering your own dopamine. It's like you're in charge of it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the taboo of it, you know, even if you don't pick up one.
I would say this. Maybe limit yourself to say you're going to jack off once a day and try to do it without porn, just your mind, and realize that it's going to be hard to enjoy that for a week, but you will eventually or resensitize yourself a little bit. Like, and then in a week you'll be like, okay, I can just jerk off to my brain, and then jerk off once every other day. Wean yourself off it. It's like smoking or anything else, and realize you will get back to where you were before.
All right. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
All right. Good luck, sweet potato. I like that. Little affectionate names for the callers.
Yeah, that's good.
I call my dog that.
Sweet potato?
Sweet potato.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, I kick it. All right. Who's on the phone?
I call my wife Dog.
Well, it's not gay because you spell it D-U-G. All right. Yes. Yes, you're unmuted.
My name is Shay.
Hey, Shay. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, buddy. What's going on? You're on with Jim and Joe.
That's crazy. I didn't think I was going to get through.
Sound like you're doing an overnight radio show.
Yeah.
Like he's got like one of those sexy
David Allen Boucher.
Who's that?
You don't know David Allen
I
Boucher?
don't know.
He's like one of those guys. This is David Allen Boucher. He was like a really soft talking.
An NPR type guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome aboard. What's going on, Shay? Talk at me.
All right. So, in the summertime, I was doing a lot of psychedelics.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, yeah.
I met Satan in the forest.
You met Satan in the forest?
It was the craziest. Yeah, I met Satan in the forest. He possessed my friend,
Okay. Seth.
okay?
Good.
And since then, I've developed this belief in God. And I'm not sure if I am either turning into a paranoid schizophrenic or if I just have a crazy new belief. And I'm like, if I'm crazy, like, I feel like I should just start smoking crack and just get it over with.
Well,
Like, I should go like full balls to the wall.
I don't know if that's the answer.
Maybe I should just put myself in a loony bin.
No, I mean, look, if you did psychedelics, I would say that the problems probably start with that, and then when you think you're bumping into the devil in the woods, where in the woods, by the way? What state are you in?
It was in Vancouver Island.
Oh, okay, all right. So the Pacific Northwest. You bump into the devil, and now you believe in God. Why do you think he possessed Seth?
You know, I don't know why he possessed Seth. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. He was just a tall guy that was banging my friend's girlfriend.
Oh, all right. So you're not underselling the devil. I mean, you're making him sound kind of fun.
Well, he was a pretty fun dude. We did some drugs together. We hung out quite a bit.
Maybe stop doing drugs for a little while.
Basically, just being degenerates.
Maybe stop doing
I haven't
drugs.
done drugs in like 6 or 7 months.
Oh, you haven't. Okay, and you still believe that the devil is in Seth?
Yeah.
Maybe try therapy and just see if they can get to the bottom of it. I don't know if you're nuts or not. Maybe they can prescribe something for you, or maybe they can figure out why you think the devil's in Seth.
Yeah, you might need someone a little more qualified than us.
Yeah.
You sound a little off. This sounds like the call in Zodiac.
I know. I wish you were in Georgia. This would be there's so many good jokes we could have had.
The devil went down there.
Sure. Devil went out to Vancouver. It just doesn't have the same ring to it. All right. Well, thank you very much. I don't know what to tell you. I would say try a therapist. Since you are not doing drugs at the moment, try a therapist, or maybe talk to a priest, see what a priest has to say, or some religious figure. See if they can help you. Your belief in God might be a good thing.
I think it might be a good thing, but I'm just not sure.
Yeah, talk to a cleric.
Either God exists or I'm a crazy person.
Maybe both are true or neither are true. Who knows? Yeah. But I would say talk to a cleric and a therapist. Maybe one of them will be able to at least put you on the right path. You don't sound crazy.
Yeah, and remember, crazy people don't say they're crazy. It's like that book, Catch-22. I didn't read it, but I heard that's what it's about.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I read that either. It sounds familiar. I obviously didn't. All right, well, thank you very much. I keep forgetting everybody's name.
That was...
Not Seth. Seth is his friend.
Yeah, and Satan is Seth's friend.
Yeah, that's Beelzebub. I forget his name. Well, the guy who just called. Unmuted. You're on the phone. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
I'm John.
Hi, John. I've been one. How you doing?
I'm well. How are y'all?
Great, thank you. You're on with Jim and Joe List.
Hi, Joe. I'm a huge fan, and Jim as well.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got the you as well on your own show. Keep at it, Jim.
Well, I have a couple things to say up front, if y'all don't mind.
Sure.
Y'all were talking on the regs about like whether you pay hookers or not. You have to pay them up front if they're in the room, but like don't pay them like over the phone or anything.
Don't Zell a hooker.
I have yours and Dan's baseball card in foil.
Oh, nice.
Because, like I said, I am huge fans. And your dog joke on Enough for Everybody is the hardest I've ever laughed.
I don't even remember a dog joke.
And obviously, I love Sarah's latest special, too. It was great.
Oh, thank you.
Anyways, my question is, like, I'm an aspiring comedian. I realized maybe, like, 2 years ago this is what I wanted to do. I've written tons of material. But, like, I just can't get over that, like, the stage fright. Like, do you guys ever have that? Have you ever had that? Like,
I have a lot of thoughts here.
Yeah, they're here.
I'm fortunate to never have dealt with stage fright either. It really sounds like I'm really kicking ass out here. But all the topics are just things I haven't dealt with. I got plenty of problems. But obviously, you've been on stage before and survived. You played guitar, you acted, so you've done it before, and you were fine. B, I would say, embrace, if you're nervous and shaking, be the nervous shaking guy. Just go, oh my God, look at this. This is crazy. I can't stop shaking. I'm a pussy. And then go into your material. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, man, maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're not a performer. You're a writer. Those are all thoughts that come to mind. Maybe you could write for somebody else. But I would try to get on stage and accept your worst fear. What's the worst thing that could happen? You're on stage shaking?
Yep.
Who gives a shit?
What am I afraid of? No, nothing. I don't know. But it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's like that inherent fear, like whenever you're standing in front of people, like you're being judged by them, you know? Like you're in a community and everyone's looking at you to be exiled. Like, hey, what did you do?
The point, whenever they say, if you're going to...
It's so hard to get over it.
Sorry to interrupt you. When you're going to do something, they say think it through. Like, and I think Joe touched on it too. Like, what is the worst that's going to happen? You're going to bomb. So walk yourself through that. Wow, people aren't laughing. Like, it happens to every comic. It happens to all of us at least once every set where somebody doesn't laugh at something. It's a fear of the group not approving of you. That's all it is. It's like, and everyone's afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid of unless you're afraid of, sometimes I was always afraid of, well, people don't want the dream to go away. Like, if I realize I'm not good at this, I can no longer fantasize about someday really doing this. Like, there's this, we like to hold on to the dream or in this land of someday I'll do this, looking for like this little light at the end of the tunnel that we kind of keep in front of ourselves instead of trying it and failing and losing that. I think that's what people are really afraid of. It's not even bombing.
It's like it's like the carrot.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
It's losing
that's a
that.
really good point. I've never thought of that before.
Yeah, but don't be afraid of that. Like you don't need that in front of you. You can enjoy it and try it now. Just do it, record it, and if you bomb, learn from it. But walk through it. Be afraid, but walk through it anyway. Okay.
That's crazy. I've never thought of that. Like, I've never thought of that. It's kind of like the carrot in front of you. You know, it's like something you're always chasing.
But you can actually be doing it all this time that you're fantasizing about it. You can do it, and you're not going to realize that you're not good at it. Just enjoy it. Have fun with it. You're doing this because it's a dream. Dreams shouldn't be painful or shitty. They should be fun.
Right. I'm just so neurotic, you know. Like, obviously, I've got tons. Like, I've got like 80 pages on my freaking phone. Like, even if only 10% of that's decent, you know, that's still a good start.
It's much less than that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's a relatively. To think you have 8 pages of dynamite stuff, Joe and I are a bit skeptical.
I didn't hear what you said, Joe.
Oh no, I said you're the tops, and it's probably more than 10%.
Yeah. Joe said you're selling yourself short. He thinks it's in the 90 to 95%. Hi, you're on with Joe List and Jim Norton.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name?
Hey. Hi. My name is William Banks.
Hi, William. Where are you calling from? A diving bell?
A what?
No, it's a little muted.
Hi. Yeah. So I have a problem. I've got some people who have been I've been getting bullied a lot. Like people just sort of picking on me. I think it's from like a dynamic of just like power where, you know, they're used to sort of treating me like that, and then it's just keeps going and going and going and getting worse, and I'm trying to, I guess, figure out how to break the cycle.
How do you know these people?
They are, well, we're in jail together, and they are in the jail with me.
Oh, you're in jail?
Yeah.
Oh, what state are you in jail?
Connecticut.
Oh, okay. I don't know jail etiquette. My solution would probably not be the one that works, which would be to blow everyone and the guards and then just ask them to stop hitting me. They probably wouldn't. I wouldn't garner respect doing that.
You said what did you say I should do?
I don't know. I don't understand jail etiquette. How long have you been in?
About 2 months now I've been here. Oh. So it started out where people were, you know, they didn't really know me or talk to me, but then as they started to get to know me, they kind of started to pick on me. Some of them are nice to me, and I'm just doing my best. You know, I can either try to become a version of myself that I'm not, or I could just be myself. And I guess I just tried to be myself and hoping that, you know, outside were people liking me. If I act like myself in this jail too, maybe they'll like me as well. But yeah, it's different here where it's almost like you have to be tough in order for people to be nice to me.
Would it help if you told them, hey, if you do that, I'm going to tell the guard? Would it help if you just went to the warden and informed him of what's going on?
Well, I did actually do that a couple of times, and I did actually tell the guards that like people were taking some of my food, but like the other guys overheard me telling the guards, and then they just started taking even more of my food, and then they hit me.
2 questions. How long are you going to be in for? How long are you supposed to be in for, and what are you in for?
I'm supposed to be here until July.
Okay.
So I guess that's 7 more months.
Yep.
So I got a while. I'm here because I committed a crime of I have 5 counts of larceny in the 6th degree.
6th degree.
I threw some so it's like the lowest form of larceny, but there were 5 counts.
Right.
And then the people came. So I threw some Israel lawn signs in the trash, and I got caught by the police allegedly. So it's like an unprecedented sentence where they sent me here to make a point out of me, and I never thought I'd be here.
Okay. So your advice is how do you get people to like you? Again, I don't know jail. Well, Joe, what do you think? I don't know jail etiquette. Like what I would say in normal life is not the way prisoners survive.
Yeah, what I would do is dig a hole in the wall using a small claw hammer and drop it out of your pants in the yard.
Yeah. Hi. Do you have a poster of is it Rita Hayworth Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. That's what I think.
Yes, and make friends with everybody because there's only one rapist in the whole jail, as far as I know.
Yes.
And if you can get him out of the way, you'll be perfectly fine.
Or how about you make a plaster cast of your head and you have a couple of friends do it, and you also
Try to
build
make
something.
a hole?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Try to make a hole?
Dig through, or tunnel out like El Chapo.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I can figure that out, everybody would really like me. That's what everybody wants. That's like the one thing everybody really wants is to find the good, like, hole to dig to get out of.
So it's not just a cliche. People in jail, they want to get out of jail.
Yeah. Some people might think that it's just like that's just a joke or a meme or something that if people in jail want to get out of jail. But no, everybody in here does want to leave.
They're serious. Yeah, it's better outside than inside.
Just because there's not as many things to do. I got this phone that I'm calling you guys on.
Yeah, can I ask this? You can just listen to a radio show podcast and call in from jail?
He saw online that I was like posting a bunch about how I'm kind of struggling and said you were doing an advice show.
Well, here's what you might want to do too. You're getting out in July, right? How about this? Don't tell those guys when you're getting out. Tell them, hey, if you're nice to me, you can enjoy this man pussy come August. Like, that's what you ought to do. I would show off your buns in the shower and tell them they can enjoy it. Tell them you'll allow breeding will be permitted. You'll permit breeding come August.
I'm actually taking this as an opportunity to be celibate because I'm trying to. So I was having a lot of sex before. I was like
prison celibate.
Pretty much this whole year, I've just
folks.
Well, pretty much this whole year before I went to jail, or all of 2023, I was just having so much sex with all these, with like, I don't know. I was talking to a lot of religious people, and I was telling them that I was having sex with these bisexual women, and basically they thought that was wrong.
Sure.
To have premarital sex, but also they were just, they were shocked by what my habits were. So they told me that I should get married without ever having premarital sex, and I've been thinking about that a lot. And now that I'm in jail, I've got 8 months where I could choose to be celibate, and I have been celibate so far, and I'm gonna keep it up until July at least.
I didn't know it was a big choice in jail. I thought celibacy vows were broken against your will. I didn't realize they would ask you, look, are you currently having sex? And if you say yes, they gang rape you.
No. It's not like that. It's nothing like that here.
How about this? Here's my suggestion. We're going to let you go, but we do want you to call back maybe next week and talk again. If somebody is hassling you, here's what you say to them. If they're giving you a hard time and you're afraid they're going to bludgeon you, you say, why do you feel the need to blow out my candle to make yours shine brighter?
I like that.
How about that?
I like that. And keep in mind, July is one nice month to be free.
It sure is. So just hang in there until then. These are the great months to be in jail. It's cold.
Why do you need to blow out my candles to shine brighter? Why do you need to blow out my candles to shine brighter?
And point at yourself when you go, why do you got to blow out my candles to make yours shine brighter?
Why do you need to blow out my candles for you to shine brighter?
And please let me know how that candle thing works out.
Thank you.
Godspeed.
Okay, yeah, I'll try out that phrase. Thank you so much.
You're more than you couldn't be more welcome. All right, who's next? We get some callers. You are unmuted, caller. How are you?
I'm doing good. My name's James.
Hey, James.
Jimmy.
Here's my question. Actually, 2 of my questions already got asked, but I guess we have similar minds, fans of yours. So I got a buddy. He does comedy in our local scene, and he kind of is at a weird impasse where he needs to, I mean, in my opinion, he needs to either go move to a bigger city and see what it's like to be in a big pond, or he needs to just hang it up.
Okay.
And he's just kind of whinging about it constantly. And I thought if I asked some professionals what their advice would be, I don't know. I need to be a little gentle with him, but part of me just wants to be like, sure, get off the pot, man.
What city are you in?
So it's pretty small. I live in Green Bay. He's in Appleton.
What do you think? Should he tell? Like, does this guy? What does this guy whinge about? Like, does he want to leave, or is he just happy being the big fish in the little chilly frozen pond this time of year?
Let's see. I would say the best way to put it is he's not even putting in the work to become one of the bigger fish in the pond around here.
Oh. Sounds to me like a
So
local
his
flop.
whinging is about, the local, yeah. The local, how the local scene is, biased and it's hard to get shows. And, like his whinging is more about that stuff. And it's like, well, if you go to a bigger city, there's more shows, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
There's more opportunities. There's more mics. There's more,
I mean, look, I don't know if he's not putting in the work. I mean, I have no mercy for lazy comics.
Yeah, same. And maybe he's just kind of dicking around there, and that's where he belongs in Appleton. We want him out of the Big Apple.
Yeah, smaller Appleton.
Yeah. And are you the friend, by the way? This feels very much like it could be you.
Oh, no. I hung up my hat a while ago. I did comedy in the local area for like 4 years. And then, if I wasn't going to move away and do it for real, there was kind of no point. Then I got divorced, so I lost my weekends. So I don't do it at all anymore.
I got you. But I don't always subscribe.
I don't always subscribe.
I don't always subscribe to this thing of if you're not going to move to a big town, you could just be a comic in Appleton. I don't understand. Not everyone needs to live in L.A. or New York or make it big.
Right.
You could have a nice job doing whatever you do, and then on the weekends you do stand-up comedy in Appleton. I don't really get the... you got to go big or go home. There's plenty of great artists in places that aren't New York or L.A. And frankly, we're full. We don't need this son of a...
Exactly. We don't need some fucking turd from Appleton coming and complaining about this fucking the cellar spots he's not getting.
So just go do comedy in Appleton. I think that's fine.
Well, hey, thanks for chatting, guys.
Thank you.
I love Wisconsin. They're so friendly.
They really are nice people.
We really got through to him.
Yeah, we sure did. I mean, that resonated. Get better, not bitter. That was the emotional home run he was looking for. Yes, you're on the phone, caller, with Jim and the great Joe List.
Hello.
Oh, hello, madam. Welcome.
Hello. My name is Dorothy.
Hi, Dorothy.
Is this Jim Norton?
It is Jim Norton and Joe List, Dorothy.
This is exciting. Jim Norton, I can't believe I got you on the phone. I do not know that other guy, but I am so excited to talk to Jim Norton.
Well, Joe List, he works comedy clubs and colleges all up and down the East Coast. He's a very popular comedian. He
sounds like a feeble, weak man, very whiny from what I've heard so far.
Oh,
I am not interested in any of his advice.
Dottie.
But
Easy, Dottie.
Feeble. So, Dottie, that's not very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe's collapsing right now. He's saying that with his legs like Stephen Hawking, just dangling off the sofa.
Wow. Dorothy.
I do not care. I do have a question,
Okay.
though.
How do I be nicer?
I'll be honest with you.
Go ahead, babe.
I'll be honest with you guys. I have blown up to over 380 pounds after this holiday season.
Well, who's laughing now?
I am.
Exactly.
You tub of shit.
Who's talking? Who was that?
I would never say that. Believe me, that was feeble weak Joe. Feeble weak Joe.
I am calling for some advice about my weight problem. I don't need to be made fun
I agree, Dottie.
by that skinny weirdo.
Yeah,
I have blown up, like I said, over 300, about 382 right now. I am bedbound. Bedbound.
Oh.
I have an ingrown hair right where my pussy meets my ass crack. I can't see it. I know it's
Sure
there,
you do.
though. I can feel it. It's throbbing.
A small hedge. So, what were you before? If you blew up to 380, I mean, you weren't 120 in November. What did you? What did you start at? What did you start at?
I have indulged during the holiday season a little more than I should have.
Sure.
So your question is what? Is it? It's funny. Is it you want to lose the weight, or what is it? I mean, food's an addiction. I mean, like I'm an addicted person. It's very hard. Food is a very comforting thing. Again, it's a dopamine release. It makes us feel good. It's hard to not eat bad food.
I had a chocolate brownie on the way over. Not that you care, fatso. What's the question, Dorothy?
I am extremely comfortable. I have made a blanket of mashed potatoes. I cover myself with food and gravy, and I just eat it so that I never have to get out of bed. I have a bedpan underneath. I cut a hole in the bed, and I just put the bedpan underneath.
All right.
And I eat, I moisturize I do it all.
All right.
But I can't seem to squeeze this ingrown hair.
Right now, what you're trying to do is get every dick in this room hard, and it's working.
Yes, it is.
The hole in the bed got me.
What's your question, Tubby?
What is your question? Are you really having a hard time with your weight?
I need a reason to live. I
can't think of one.
I don't care anymore.
There are skinny guys who love big chubby gals.
Yeah,
I would say that. No, me neither. Not even his friends. But I would say that there are skinny guys, and you sound like you have a good sense of humor, Dottie.
I mean, I guess I'll try to find a skinny guy who will clean me up.
Yeah.
And maybe take me out.
I'm sure you can. Well, good luck with that. But there's clean you up at least. Getting you out might be hard. Find someone to cut a hole in the wall first, and they'll fucking forklift you out. But no, you're all right. Just you sound like you have a good sense of humor. I don't know what your real question is, but I enjoyed your call. I felt a little bit bad for Joe, but he seemed to rebound nicely.
Yeah, I thought it was a little insensitive, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I'm not going to disagree with that. It was skinny, weak man for no reason. But he hit you with a few tubbies. And feeble, that's right. Yeah. But I would say that Joe really did hit back with a shovel. Anyway, thank you very much, Dorothy. Godspeed. Glacier speed.
All right, thank you.
All right, send nudes. I think she was putting us on.
I don't think so. She had me until she said she spread mashed potatoes on herself. I even believe the hole in the bed thing. Best way to shit. We have another caller. What's going on?
Yes, this is Michael from Iowa.
Hey, Michael from Iowa. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing well. It is a pleasure to speak with you both.
Of course it is.
My question is, I'm 30 years old, and
31.
I struggle sometimes. No.
Oh, so I think that was your question.
I struggle to see... No, I sometimes struggle to see myself, like, as a man. Like, if that makes any sense. You know, and I get a little confused on what a man should be like, especially when I'm around my dad. Like, I just feel like a child.
Is he manly, or does he wear a dress?
He's pretty manly. I can't speak of what happens in the bedroom, but if he's like me, he's a little off.
Yes. So you're saying you don't know, whatever you are is what a man is.
Exactly.
You're saying that, like, there's this image you think a man should be, and you're like, how do I find this image, and which image should I adapt? But you sound like a man. You're just being yourself, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, then what do you think you should be that's different?
I don't know. Like, it's the cliche man shit that I'm not good at. Like, I couldn't fix a car. I could barely change a tire. It's just, it's that little stuff that I get a little self-conscious about, where,
yes,
I don't know how to do it.
I don't either. Joe, are you good at that stuff?
No, I mean, fix a car is a very specific skill, and I think you're setting a weird standard for yourself. If you can't fix a car, it means you're not a man. I mean, can you afford to pay someone else to fix your car? Yeah. Because that's what men do.
I can, yes.
All right. I mean, change a tire. You should be able to change a tire. I mean, you sound like a homo here, but I mean, if you can fill a gas tank. But I mean, I think that your dad should have taught these things. If you feel like you're coming up short in your father's eyes, it was his responsibility to teach you these things.
I'll be honest. He was not around until about 10 years ago.
Well, then he's not a man.
Absolutely.
That's what you're projecting his lack of manhood on yourself.
Yeah, he was off traipsing around the adult bookstores at night, servicing.
Yeah. You're plenty man, and what's a real man, and you can tell this to Dorothy, too, that piece of shit, is being at one with who you are and being comfortable in your own skin.
That's right, no matter how much of it there is. She was a big gal. Yeah.
She's a large woman.
Yeah, big lady.
Well, yeah, that's I dig that, fellas. I do appreciate the advice.
All right. Just be you. We have more callers. Thank you for the call, by the way. And I wish people would just say their name when they call in, like, just so we know we're talking to you. Hello, you're on the telephone with Joe and Jim and Mike running the board.
Hey, fellas, it's Chris the teacher. Just wanted to say how much I appreciate both of you and your comedy.
Hi, Chris. Thank you, buddy. How you doing?
Love you guys.
Thanks, man.
You know about my addiction, Jim. I'm a gambler.
Yes.
Dropped about $130,000 in the past 12 months.
Yeah.
Do I work a program like you guys do, or do I try to white knuckle it? What do I do?
I mean, 130 grand in 12 months. I would try something. I would try some kind of program for sure. Whether it's GA or I don't know, some other program. Have somebody else run your money for you, maybe. I don't know. 130 grand, but it sounds like you're doing well financially, removed from the gambling.
That's a lot of tomatoes, you know.
Yeah, forget about it. I mean, I would find here you go, gambling addiction. Oh, these are stats, but yeah, I would find a group to go talk to. I don't know anything about that, but
I would try. Just try. I mean, I've never been to GA, but it is a place people go, so maybe try that. Here's it. If gambling's a problem for you or someone you know, please call 800-GAMBLER. That worked out nicely.
Yeah.
426-2537 for any of you math files. But it's 1-800-GAMBLER. Try that, Chris. I would say try that and get your addiction under control because it's not going to go away. You're just going to have to work on it.
Yeah, it'll feel good to keep that money.
Yeah.
And you're a family man, no?
It's hard to watch sports without having action on it.
Yeah, I know. That's okay, though. I know what you mean. You get addicted to it, but, you know, it's also hard to pay rent when there's no money. It's hard to do things with your kids if you're broke or if you owe $50,000.
Yeah, I could have paid the mortgage off the house this year, but instead I gambled it away.
Yeah, I would say try a GA meeting. That's what I would try.
I would do.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, fellas. Be good. Love you both.
Yeah, we appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, hang in there, Chris. Thanks, pal. All right, we got a couple more calls, and then we'll call it a day. Hello.
Hi, I just have a question.
What's your name, dear?
I love Jill.
Hi, Jill.
So I live in Naples, Florida, and I love the Jim and Sam show. I hope it comes back. And
it ain't.
I just have a question about alcohol.
Sure.
So I'm sitting here in the bedroom right now. My husband's outside. We have a beautiful home. And I hide behind his back, drinking.
Oh, you
And he doesn't get it. He doesn't know it.
What is your question? Because that's obviously a sign of probably being an alcoholic if you're hiding your drinking.
So I think the question is, I try to do it on my own, and I am scared to go to meetings. And is there a meeting you can do online?
Oh, yes. There's tons of meetings you can go to online.
Yeah, and you can keep your camera off if you want. You don't have to show your face. You can just listen, or if you want to, get a woman's number, deal with the women, not men. And, yeah, you can do plenty of women, plenty of meeting online.
Yeah, tons of them. But I would suggest an in-person meeting. You can all Google. It's all Googleable. Google Naples AA meeting. It'll pop up. There'll be a whole schedule. It's so easy. I mean, our friend Mike is doing it right now. He's going to have it in no time.
Yeah.
Look at this right there. AANaples.org/meetings. I mean, tons of them. They're on the hour, every hour.
And you could even find a woman's meeting if you want, if you want to be just around women. Like, it's worth going in person, though. You know, if right now you're having a problem, there's nothing, and you want to do it online, fine, but in person is better.
Matter of fact, there's a 24-hour club, it just said somewhere. So you can go hang out there. Any time of day, you can call them. And remember this, nobody's ever quit drinking and regretted it.
I totally understand that. And it's just hard, though, that my husband, he doesn't see it. And he doesn't, it's hard. I can't go to him and say it.
No.
I've tried to stop. I've stopped for a month. And then, he's like, okay, you're no fun if you're not drinking. And he doesn't get it because he doesn't drink a lot. He can control it.
Right. He says you're no fun if you don't drink? Is that what you said?
Yes, at times he does say that.
Oh.
Well, if you quit drinking, if you quit drinking and if you start to live your life sober and not drinking, then that good part of you will just come out sober and you won't have to drink to bring it out. It will come out, but you just got to give it a little time of being sober.
I agree. I think it's difficult, though, having a lifestyle where you're doing a lot and you're living in a community that is, you have a club, you have neighborhoods, you have everybody who goes down every night for a happy hour, and you go away. We travel a lot. We have the, money to do that. And it's all about going to islands and doing stuff and drinking.
Well, yeah, but Joe and I travel a lot, and Joe and I both work around liquor every night, and we don't drink.
Yeah. Free drinks everywhere.
Yeah. We can get a free.
I know.
You don't need that. You don't need it to have a good time.
I do appreciate that, and I get that. Like Key West, I see that you guys go there all the time. I've been to the club there, and it's so much fun. And I just think about going there and having a good time and not going down to not Bourbon Street,
Duval.
You know, just having that fun time without drinking.
And you can.
And it's just hard.
It's hard, but it's possible. Just give it a little time. You didn't get to this point overnight. Give yourself a break and a little bit of time.
No.
Yeah, but just give it some time. But, you know, again, we work around booze every night. And I learn more from people who are drinking it, like how much I'm glad I don't. It never makes me want to do it. I'm always like, oh, thank God I'm not that fucking idiot.
Yeah, and I also think you should just tell your husband, hey, I really want to.
I will definitely go on.
Yeah, tell your husband that you think you really have a problem, because he should be supportive at that point.
Yeah,
and if not, then he's part of the problem as well. But I would seek out a meeting, and don't think about next time you're in Key West or the next time you're on a cruise. Think about just one day at a time, as they say.
Yeah.
Don't drink. You know, you're already drinking today. Don't drink tomorrow.
Yeah. All right.
No, you're right.
Yeah, you can do it.
And you can call back.
I appreciate it.
I'll be
Thank you so
broadcasting. Every couple days we'll be doing a couple episodes. So call back. Let us know how you're doing. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Let's go to the final caller.
Yeah. Boy, it got serious at the end.
Yeah. It happens. People will call in with an issue. What do we got here? Who's on the phone?
Hey, boys, you there?
Yes, we are. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Brendan from DC.
Oh, what's up, Brendan? We had a cop named Brendan.
What's going on, y'all? Jimmy, love you, buddy.
Thank you.
I've seen you 100 times. Took 100 pictures from you. I'll see you in April,
Yes,
I think.
at DC,
Or
yeah.
May, whatever it is,
DC.
in DC, probably.
May, yeah.
Joe List, good to hear from you, buddy.
Thank you.
So, Joe, I just heard, my call's a little similar to the last caller. You just hit 12 years, right, Joe?
I did, yes.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Good to see that. That's awesome. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, man.
So I'm in a similar situation. I have cirrhosis, which sucks, and it's hard to get started stopping. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, I'm like, all right, I'll do 2-3 good days, and then I'm like, I'll stick a couple in here. You know, my legs aren't bloated yet. I'm not totally jaundiced yet. You know, but I need to, shit doesn't seem fun until I, I don't know, it's hard to start. So how do you start doing that? And Jimmy, you could talk about it. I know it was 70 years ago.
Yeah, it was
you
young.
started not drinking.
But Joe, you're an adult when you got sober. Like you had a life. What do you think?
Yeah, I was 30. I mean, you're saying how do you start? You're not starting
I'm a
something.
bartender,
You're
so
stopping
that's for hard
something.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, bartender's hard. You get a shift drink. You're hanging out. I mean, these are difficult things, but people in that position have done it many, many times before.
Sure.
There's many, many people that are bartenders, firefighters, comedians, and that get sober and continue to do it. I mean, all these things are just challenges, but I would try to go one day at a time, and I would go to a meeting. We keep saying it. That's my advice over and over again, is seek
Sure.
out a
Try it.
group.
Yeah.
There's also a book called
I've
Living
looked 'em up,
Sober.
haven't-
Get yourself a book. There's a book called Living Sober, which isn't anything crazy. It just shows you, it gives you a little bit of advice on how to handle when someone asks you if you want to drink, things
Yeah.
like that. And it's not like you can kind of dip
Right.
your toes in a program with that book. It's probably $6 on Amazon. Get that book. Try not to drink today. Do one day at a time, and seek out a group, and know
then
that
do
you
tomorrow,
can do it.
and tomorrow, and then tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one day at a time. And if you don't want to drink and it's awkward, like me, I just tell people I don't drink. But if it's uncomfortable to say that, you could just go, I can't. I'm allergic to it. It makes me sick. If you say you're allergic to something, people don't usually push it. Like they're like, oh, all right, that sucks, and you go, yeah.
Oh no, they don't. I went to a party the other day. They're like, "Have a drink." I'm like, "No." They're like, "Come on." I'm like, "Okay."
Well,
it's not. I'm a pushover. Like it's not hard to.
Maybe don't go to parties
just
for a
trick me
little
into
while.
doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If you,
Well, I mean, it was the lamest party ever, but yeah. Okay. I mean, I think the bartending gig is not helping either. But
No, but
I
I'm
mean, I'm about to walk in right now, and there's 100 bottles of booze right in front of me.
When I was getting sober, one of the guys around who had long-term sobriety, his name was George the bartender, and now he was a bartender for like the first 17 or 18 years of his sobriety. Like it is what it. You can do any job and be sober, but if your job is hurting you, then maybe try another profession. And if it's possible to switch professions, and this is more important to you, see if you can switch.
Yeah, and you could also take in these drunk fucking idiots in front of you and go, I don't want to be like these people.
That's right.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, but if you
all right, well, I love you guys.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Good.
Thanks for the call, man. I say if you want to stop, the first step would probably be just to not drink for a day, and I would suggest a meeting. There's other ways to do it. People find great, whatever that way is, but you got to just start and just say no to the drink first.
Just say no.
Yeah, yeah.
Nancy, R.I.P.
Yeah.
She died, right?
Recently, within the last 2 weeks.
You still have the armband on.
Joe List. Thank you, Joe. This was a lot of fun. Let's plug where Joe's going to be. We're starting where, Mike? January 31st. At the end of Jan, Joe's going to be in Houston, Texas. February 1. Feb 1, Houston as well. I could have just said all three.
Yeah.
Feb 7, Montreal. Oh, you like the cold.
Yeah. Our early show sold out, but the late show we added. And then, Nashville, March 7th through the 8th. And then Tempe Improv, March, 13th through 15. And then the Wilbur Theater in Boston, April 19th. Come to that.
And that's how you know you're doing a bad job of plugs, when the person himself takes over. I was plugging through, and Joe's like, early show sold out.
I'll just grab this.
That's great.
Want to do yours too?
Yeah, 17 through 19, Jan, Austin. Feb 8, Newport. Feb 7, New Hampshire. Feb 8, Newport, Rhode Island. And then we'll do March 8th and 9th is Seattle. March 10th is going to be Vancouver. And March 21, 22 is Tampa. Thank you guys for listening. Joe, you're great. I love what you do, man. You're so fucking funny.
It. Oh, I love your stuff.
And thank you to all the people who called in. And I need a good sign off.
So long.
There we are.
Thank you so much for calling my show. The episode's over, it's time to go. Good luck, stupid. Good luck, stupid. I hope everything works out. Good luck, stupid. Good luck, stupid. Don't blame me when it doesn't work out. Good luck, stupid. Good luck, stupid. Don't blame me when it doesn't work out.